Hello. Okay. So what we're going to do today, we're going to be reacting pretty quickly to Coach Colin's video this morning. And I'm just going to get it out of the way right now. What I'm doing here is designed for just a video reaction to I'm Coach Colin's commentary on Elizabeth Lane's expose regarding Erika Kirk. It draws directly from the provided transcript that we're about to see. And then I'm just going to try to highlight the most hard-hitting points, I guess. So we are literally calling Erika Kirk a psychopath in this. Let's see. And then just to note, to be in the clear, it's solely based on the transcript that we're going to watch. The claims regarding Erika Kirk's mental state and motives are the opinions of Elizabeth Lane, Coach Colin, and myself now. I'll put myself in there. And then I'm going to clarify that these are external allegations. They're not established facts. This is just opinions and what a few people might think. So if you don't care, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over his video. Hopefully that's okay. And I'll put some commentary on it. So, to get started, what's going on, everybody? How is everyone doing? So today we are going to be diving into a heavy one from Coach Colin. He's reacting to an investigative report by Elizabeth Lane that's been making waves. Even Candace Owens called it a must read. The title doesn't hold back either. They're questioning if Erika Kirk is actually a psychopath. Okay, let's get into it. So yeah, we're going to get into the breakdown. Let's share my screen and get it pulled up here. Okay, and if there is any problems with the sound, I had earbuds in the other day. I done probably an hour and a half, and then I look back on it, and there's no sound with my earbuds in. Everyone uses their earbuds, and I thought that was supposed to help the sound, but it didn't. I had no sound at all throughout the whole thing. So yeah, just 1 minute. What am I doing? I am live. You want to say hi? I don't know. You want to come say hi? No? My name is Tiffany. I'm a mother of two, a wife, and I'm really into this whole thing. Come say hi. Just really quick. Hi. That's my baby. Okay. So we'll start over with the. He's really cool, but I'm not gonna have my earbuds in this time because I done a test live, and without it, after I figured out I had no sound, and it was good. There was no echoes, nothing. Audio was good. So if you guys hear some echoes or if anything, please let me know, and I will do my best to fix it. Okay. All righty. Oh, okay. Now.
Whoop, whoop. Let's get into it, guys.
He's really cool.
Let's go. This is very odd. This whole episode. I mean, this
and he's
is
been pulling his memes up
this
and,
is like
and all
Baron
that.
Coleman
He's funny.
Opening statements. Okay, that's what this is like. Opening statements right now. Obviously, this is always my opening statement. I like to open it up with memes. Okay, I'm not saying I'm also a high IQ outfit, but we open up with memes, not with articulate monologues. But today Today is a little different. As you can see here, it says grieve different on Erika's forehead. Shabbat Shalom
Grieve
on
different.
her
Shabbat
arms. I
shalom.
mean, it's just it's something. And the reason that we have this today is because there is something that
Okay,
has
yeah,
been released by
right
Elizabeth
here.
Lane. Candace Owens.
So the thing about Elizabeth Lane. First, who is she? Coach Colin is going to point out that she isn't just some random commentator. She is an investigative journalist who was actually boots on the ground for the Charlie Kirk case in Utah. Interestingly, she comes from a background in acting and modeling, which she says gave her a front row seat to the social climbers and image curators. She clarifies that this is her opinion. Like I said at the beginning, this is just the opinions of everybody. None of this is based on facts. But also, she says, based on the consistent, observable patterns of behavior, she believes Erika Kirk falls into a dangerous category of calculation. So, let's see. Let's see what we
was
got.
the first to bring my attention to it. She said, this is a must read about Erika. Every single word of this is accurate, and there is not enough money in the world that can force us to deny our human instincts. When I saw that and I saw Elizabeth Lane, I was like, oh, what is this? Elizabeth Lane, if you don't know, she's an investigative journalist, and she's been known to kind of believe.
This is the blind react for me. So I didn't realize he was going to say all of that too. But he'll explain who she is also.
In the official narrative in regards to the Charlie Kirk case, or at least at the very much, she was investigating the official narrative. She was someone who tried to get to the hospital where Charlie was. She tried to get inside, but she wasn't allowed inside. The first court hearing, she was there. Pretty much every court hearing, I'm pretty sure she's been there.
So straight up the boots on the ground for the Charlie Kirk case.
She's been following it quite closely. She tried to contact Tyler's parents. She's been, watching this story very closely, like we all have. And she's been boots on the ground for a lot of it. She actually lives in Utah, so she's able to just stop in really quickly, unlike a lot of other people who are just all over the country, right? Now, she releases this about Erika. Now, she's never had anything bad to say about Erika. She has been quite like Candace, kind of like me, kind of like a lot of people who wanted to not say anything for a while because you have this thing where you go, well, that's Charlie's wife. And you don't want to be the person being mean to Charlie's wife. Even if you think that there's no tears.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be that person, especially at the beginning. She lost her husband. She's got 2 kids with him. And you want to feel bad. It's just instincts. You just want to feel bad for her, but
on that tissue because you're like, oh, that's a square that would, it'd be soaked by now. And you don't want to say that. And that's how Elizabeth was until now. And then Elizabeth makes this. Now we're going to give this a read. Okay. We're going to go through this and check out Elizabeth.
That's why I want to react to this video, because he goes all the way through everything. And I just want to see everything she has to say, really. And he's really good at what he does. Go give I Am Coach Colin a subscribe if you haven't. If you don't know him, he's really good. He's really funny. He's just an awesome dude. I watch every video of his. If it's cool, I want to start reacting to some things because he's just pretty awesome. So let's see.
Lane has to say. She also defended Candace in front of Balix Tones. Balix and her had a heated debate where she was defending Candace and thought Candace should be able to do what's right, to do what's wrong. She should be able to look down avenues where there's nothing and then turn back and figure things out. She's like, that's how investigations go. Unlike Balix, she is a real investigative journalist. Now, let's jump into what she had to say. Okay. She said, I'm going to be blunt. I've reached a point where I find Erika Kirk deeply disturbing. Not because I haven't read this yet either. Not because of rumors or gossip, but because of
this video. I think I watched maybe 2 minutes of it, and then I'm hooked in. So I haven't seen any of this either. So
of consistent observable patterns of behavior. To be clear, everything I say in this post is my opinion. I'm not claiming that this is fact. I'm just saying what I think Erika Kirk is. I come from a world of acting and modeling. I've spent
right.
years around social climbers, opportunists, image curators, and people who treat relationships like ladders. That is why, as very,
Oh,
I've come from that too in
okay.
Hollywood. That is why
Sorry about
I
that.
left that world. Most of those people are shallow and
Let's see.
harmless.
Why does it pause him when I pull it down? First time here, so let me just watch. Okay, Melissa. And he does have his page also, if you want to just watch what he's got to say. But I will sit in the background and do my makeup while he goes. But if I don't react, then it's not what I do. So maybe I'll come in every now and then. But I got you.
A few are dangerous. Erika falls into the latter category, not because she is ambitious, but because of how calculated and performative her ambition appears to be. I believe she may be a psychopath. Wow. Wow. I'm reading this blind with you guys. I did not think it was going to go there. Okay. All right. We're getting into it. This is it. Uh what stands out
Thank you very
immediately
much,
is the
Melissa.
reaction she provokes in people,
You're awesome.
which is very common with psychopaths across the board, including the people who support her publicly. The private reaction is the same. I can't watch her. Not criticism, just physical discomfort. People turn off interviews because the presentation feels uh artificial to the point of being unbearable. Let me explain. That's so true. That is so true. So true. I noticed that with the first speech. The first speech, I was like, well, this is his wife, and this is what she has to say. But it was like, what really got me was the memorial. The memorial where she said, I forgive him, and then she actually took a break for applause. Because I'm a comedian. Listen, I know about breaking for applause. That's like a learned thing. You have to be very conscious of that because you don't want to try to speak while everybody's going crazy and you don't want to interrupt their applause. It's a whole thing. It takes a while to learn how to do it right. So when I saw her do it, I was like, "Oh, that's like it doesn't happen by chance. It doesn't happen by chance, especially in emotional moments. It never happens by chance." So let's go here. What stands out is her reaction, blah blah blah. Let's go here. What stands out immediately? Why is it at a different point now? Okay. Let me explain. The kind of response does not happen accidentally, and it does not happen often. Research in psychology shows that humans are highly sensitive to emotional incongruence, mismatches between facial expression, tone, and content. When effect appears simulated rather than genuine, the brain registers it as a threat signal. Interesting. This activates discomfort and avoidance, even if the person cannot consciously explain why. So many of us felt this way, but we could not explain why we could not watch her. Yeah, a lot of people would have the explanation of it just being sad. Like, oh, it's just so sad. It's too sad to watch. That's why I didn't watch the memorial at first. And then I went through it and I was like, oh man. Studies in studies on psychopathy, particularly those building on the work of psychologists like Robert Hare, describe traits such as rehearsed emotional display and shallow affect. These traits can create what observers experience as an uncanny interpersonal dynamic. It's like the uncanny valley with AI and machines. When you see something, uncanny valleys when you see something and it just seems so
Thank you. I was doing some makeup and she's came in wanting to do it. And here we go. You can just have fun watching me in the background.
fake, you can't describe it, and it just makes you uncomfortable and makes you want to back away. It's like if you saw a person that just didn't look like a person, it immediately becomes scary because you know they're not like the rest of us. So it's this kind of thing here. The discomfort arises and people want to shut it off because most people rarely encounter extreme effective
Thanks for
mimicry
coming
in
in.
everyday life. So the brain struggles to categorize what is being detected. Comment below if this is what you felt like when watching her. I mean, this is just coming from her just straight up wanting to say this because she is not the type, she has not been going at Erika at all. Not at all.
This is the first time I've ever heard from this lady. So if she would have been going at her any time before, we would have definitely heard about it. So
I mean, she's been studying things, looking at the situation, but she has not been going at Erika. Like, and she's not like a super Candace supporter or anything like that. She anyway, Erika is attractive enough and she has had every tool in her position to sell this organically, except for one thing: emotion. The entire
isn't her emotions a little off?
story of what happened could have helped her sell this fully. She really would have had been, she really would have had been the last person on earth to be a suspect, if not for the FBI's terrible mistakes, turning points lies, and her very fake performance. Honestly, she should have been the first suspect. I mean, that's just like normal. Plenty of attractive, ambitious women move through media
I think we all know here that the husband or wife is usually the first suspect. The people closest to the person is the first suspect. And I've not heard anything like she's not like Candace saying just the other day. I think it's time for them to bring her in and do an interrogation or something with her. Like, there's been nothing.
spaces without triggering that response, even though we know what they are. This is about something else, an extreme disconnect between presentation she puts out and perceived authenticity. I mean, hitting the nail on the head. I mean, surgically hitting the nail on the head with a scalpel, you know? Erika is not the archetype of a model and an actress seeking money and fame and then settling into a quiet life with a
Hello.
wealthy, good-looking husband. She's the wolf type who wants to be.
We have all seen the videos. We've seen everything, like all of the leaks coming out and all that. And that's a completely different person than who she tries to say she is now. I don't know.
In the place of that husband. Yeah, she's right. She's right. I actually just finished recording an episode that I probably released on Friday, where they were talking about the text messages between her and the girl, Jillian. And there were some of those posts that she had
That was major. Just saying. I'll let you guys listen, but that was major.
where, and again, this is not, I'm not saying I'm saying it in a way like she's sitting in a very masculine way, like her legs are very wide open. I'm saying it in a masculine, like, what is it, man spreading? She's doing that, and the captions are all very much like a woman who is a wolf type. That is a very good observation. She is
That is
not
actually true. I
born
didn't think of that.
for a supporting role. Yes, she's a decision maker type. She wants to be, at least. Yeah, definitely. She appears to pursue proximity to power, moving fluidly between television, nonprofits, branding opportunities, ideological spaces that maximize exposure. Oh, it hits a nail on the head. That's how she got with Charlie.
Yep. Yeah.
That's exactly why. It wasn't
That's
because he was
it.
so cute,
Hello.
so handsome.
Like and
It
subscribe,
wasn't because
please.
of that, you know? It wasn't because of that. It was because of who he was and who he was gearing up to be. That's exactly why. And he was young.
Cut this off of this.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Her previous partners
Yep.
are guys women like her would date, muscular, jacked, good looking. Even though they are not people with huge potential, they are all somewhat established. They are good stepping stones until the right person shows up.
It's very
Now,
cool.
looking at her previous partners, I'd say Charlie was probably not her type visually, but he was exactly what she was looking for in a man, a potential to be a great power. That's exactly it. And she knew
What do you think? I'm pretty sure that he's right. I don't know.
that from being a part of the Falkirk Institute, I think they were calling it, that organization, being around Charlie and the gentleman Falwell, I believe it's Falwell or Farwell, being around those two, being around Liberty University, she understood where the power was. She was with a basketball player, and that wasn't enough. Basketball players don't really get into positions of power. They usually just retire and chill, maybe some businesses after. Kobe was the only exception. He became like a billionaire after. That happens a little bit. Shaq,
And Charlie is literally the CEO of a huge, huge company. What's the coincidence?
Kobe, some other people, but high positions of power. Charlie is more powerful than Shaq, even as a Mason, like he is a high level Mason. He's more powerful. Presidential power. I mean, had the potential to more than likely become the most powerful person in the world. And
Don't start, Sarah. No.
he was almost ready for the position before he was even old enough for the position, right?
I have like a million animals, so.
Let's keep going here. I mean, this lady's rocking it. What Erika was looking for is the same thing Hillary Clinton was working for when she met Bill. I just said that Erika's going to be like the new Hillary Clinton. I just said that in a live stream or an episode, I forget. She recognized that Bill Clinton was her ticket to power, the power she could control, and she was right. She realized she could create a great brand out of him and herself, and they still are a brand. The Clintons, no one in this world can say they love each other.
Okay, so going back here, this is where it gets really spicy. Elizabeth Lane describes Erika not as the supporting wife, but as the wolf type who wants to be in the position of power herself. Wow, it happened. She's explicitly compares Erika to Hillary Clinton, suggesting she recognized her husband as a ticket to power. Again, the CEO. What's the coincidence? But as the ticket to power that she can control and turn into a global brand. Very much a coincidence here. Am I right? And then Colin agrees, noting that Erika seems to be a decision maker type. He points out how her entire persona, her look, her tone, her values seem to shift overnight into the devoted Christian housewife. From all of the leaked videos that we've seen, now she's the devoted Christian housewife. But how she's gotten into that role just to fit Charlie's political world. He even calls her a shapeshifter. Let's get into some more.
It's true. It's true. She was even mad from like a business standpoint when Bill got caught. She was like, "You're just making us look ridiculous." She's like, "And I'm not leaving you." So now this looks even weirder.
I'm reacting.
They are a brand that works. This is why she's sticking around despite redacted Jeff and Lewinsky. Also, if you think Bill is a decision maker,
Hello, like and
is the
subscribe.
decision making there, you must have
And
never
chat. I
been
like
in
to
close
chat.
proximity to the Clintons. She moves the game. She's the decision maker. That's exactly what she was trying to. That's what Erika was trying to be with Charlie. You could tell she was trying to do that with Charlie when they would have their talks about what they thought about getting married young or getting married older, family, a mother and career, you could see the little friction that would happen. And Erika would always try to kind of one up Charlie in that respect instead of being in the position of,
There are a couple videos that I've seen. The one where she's got the mic and I think it's the pink dress. She tried to one up him there. Even when it was like him and her, and he had something to say, boom, one up him.
listening to him. And listen, some people don't like that. But you would think if you're with someone like Charlie, you would be like that. But if Elizabeth is right, you want the power. My wife's very powerful. My wife's very, very smart, extremely smart, really smart. Really capable. Not just like physically capable, could like fix things and do things, and then really mentally capable. But if I say something in the house, that's what we do. Like very traditional that way. She could easily leave and be okay, but she stays in that place because she's not like Erika in terms of being like a wolf type. Um, in fact, she was laughing the other day about never wanting to get a job again. She's like, I don't want to work. She's like, I want ice cream and I want to be in bed. And I was like, all right, well,
I've heard that a million.
We got beds, we got ice cream. You're good. Erika
Those
saw a brand with
and
Charlie.
the ice cream.
She also saw that Charlie could one day become president of the United States of America if he wanted to. Charlie had the ear of the most powerful segment of any society.
He could have caught up there if he
was
able.
going to be a very important player in politics, and she was not missing that ride. No. What's striking is how completely her public identity reshapes itself after that relationship.
Some people just want to watch what he's saying, and some people like my commentary in it. If you don't care, comment and let me know if you like to just like go through the video or if you're okay with me commenting through. There was a lady, so she just wanted to watch, and all right, I'll shut my mouth, but just let me know.
Relationship begins. Yes, exactly. The aesthetic, the tone, the values, the presentation all change overnight. The persona shifts into the role that best fits Charlie's world. Devoted Christian, modest, supportive housewife. That kind of rapid adaptation is quite impressive for a usual person, but not for a psychopath. They do it all the time.
They can just shift, do whatever.
True. I think someone even said this in the group chats, in the live stream. They said she's fluid. Like she's a shapeshifter. That's what somebody said. That she's a shapeshifter. And again, yeah, solid takes. What's striking? Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's see here. So, according to the sources, and I think he's going to get into this, things started to get tense when Charlie began making decisions based on his conscience rather than the money or brand expansion. As we know, I posted a short of something he was saying about Philadelphia. But Colin mentions Charlie turning down the $150 million offer and refusing to play the dirty politics. And from Erika's perspective, if this theory is right, this was jeopardizing the power and the empire that she signed up for. And now here she is, CEO of the company, and can just do it any way she wants. And I feel like it's not the way he wanted.
We're here. In my head, story goes like this. For a moment, it works. She becomes the wife of a rising political figure with access to donors, institutions, and national platforms. At that point, the ceiling isn't social media influence, it's empire building, foundations, global reach, and a legacy brand, Kirk's. Man, she's hitting it, man. She's calling Erika perfectly. And I have to say, this is what most women saw. Most women were saying this as much as they could, as frankly as they could, from day one. It's obvious that Charlie listens to her. whether it's about donors or the trajectory of Turning Point USA. The most influential figure in any mentally healthy man's life is his wife. She is going to be the biggest influence, and that's just how it is. That is why you need to pick the partner that you have wisely. So true. So true. And again, when Candace talks about them fighting, it makes sense because Erica wouldn't know how to deal with that if Charlie had been listening to her. In the one thing, the super important thing that jeopardizes the brand that Elizabeth is talking about is Charlie changing his stance on Philadelphia. When Charlie changes his stance on Philadelphia and says, I don't care. Yeah, he offered me $150 million. I don't care. I'm not taking it. Yes, we're losing donors. I don't care. Yes, I'm getting these messages and people are questioning my moral character. I don't care. Yes, I'm going to bring Tucker back. I'm going to even start bringing Candace back. And I don't care what happens. That, in Erika's eyes, is completely jeopardizing the brand, the power. It's fine for Charlie. Charlie's like, who cares? I started with a desk and a tent. I can just go back to that. We're good. I'll still make good money. I have a crazy YouTube channel. I still have this organization. We'll be able to pull through this. Might be some layoffs, but at the end of the day, we'll still have the power of the students. That's probably not enough for Erika, right? Especially when you've watched it grow to almost like to 9 figures. You want to see it grow to 10 figures. Interesting. So everything was going well until Charlie makes decisions based on his conscious rather than the
Here it is.
expansion
What I
and
was talking
money.
about
He
earlier.
turns down money. He refuses to play dirty politics. I'm assuming someone like Erika, who married into this because she had a vision for this brand. Oh, look, I was ahead. I got ahead of her. She's saying the exact thing. Would not be very happy with that. The life she appears to have signed up for, power couple, expanding influence, historical relevance, was collapsing into something else entirely.
Hello.
Domesticity. Is that what she's saying? Housewife, kids,
Like
and
and
now Charlie's
subscribe.
refusing to accept the money that can make him a global power. A supporting role instead of center stage is not her thing. Very interesting.
Yep, jeopardizing the power and the
I'm like,
empire that
I
she
can't
signed
wait
up
to hear
for.
what's next. She could do a whole series like this, and I would love it. She should make a post like this every week. Her husband died a few days ago. And she walked on stage as if she were born there. It comes naturally to her. She knows it. She wants it. Just days after her husband's death, she's already laying out ambitious plans for the company over Zoom. It's obvious
It's
she was
wild.
always deeply involved in the business and knew exactly where to pick up when her turn came. When people struggle to watch, what makes the screen unbearable is not grief. It's the absence of emotional continuity. Performances can be learned. Trust me, as a former actress, I can speak to that. But emotion can't be improvised, it can't be mimicked if you've ever experienced it. That's why I think we are dealing with a psychopath who has never really experienced these emotions and does not know how to play them. And audiences feel it instantly. It's fake. Again, just my opinion.
So finally, where he went there, that reaction, it touches on Erica's behavior just days after Charlie's death. Colin, along with me, is pretty stunned how she could get on a Zoom call and say my husband's dead. Dot dot dot. Not to be morbid. Excuse you, without any visible emotional break. I'm sorry, I would not be able to do it. He contrasts this with true strength, which he defines as being broken, but pulling yourself together for your family. rather than immediately jumping back into ambitious business plans. Why are you not with your children? That's probably one of my biggest questions. Why are you not with your children? You are so into the CEO bullcrap, and nobody ever hears anything about you being with your children. So do they lose their father and their mom? That's very, very sad. Um, and then her walking on stage just days after the tragedy as if she were just born there. All right. Last thing, and we will be done here.
This is an accusation of crime. I'm not claiming
Thanks for the
this is what happened and it's
like
a
and subscribe,
fact.
please.
It's an
How are you
analyst
guys?
I made after watching her long enough. And it's quite honestly, I am sick of this stuff. Wow. Elizabeth, and then the picture here. I mean, just it's perfect picture. There's no real emotion here. This is not someone who is upset
Baby.
that their husband's gone. This is someone who's looking at the crowd and seeing how, again, I'm a comedian. I know about looking at a crowd
She's waiting.
and you're gauging where the crowd's at. You're gauging how they feel you, if they feel you, right? If they believe you. That's what's going on here more than anything. And again, this is over her mouth. It's touching her eyes, but there's no tears.
And she's
None.
got one
and
second.
there were none.
She has got so much makeup on. I wear makeup almost daily. She has got so much eye makeup on. And all she doesn't have, right? I'm sorry. But it would be, even if you don't let it run down your face, it's going to be smeared. All that mascara and eyeliner, and she does wear a lot. It's going to be everywhere, and her makeup is always perfect somehow. That part beats me.
Throughout that entire memorial, throughout that entire first speech, throughout that entire Jesse Waters interview, there was none. There was no tears. Really,
Napkins
really
dry,
interesting, man.
no black
and
on the
again,
napkin.
you know, shout out
Excuse
to
me.
Elizabeth Lane for breaking this down for us the way she did. Right?
Yes, thank you,
Want to
Elizabeth
know who
Lane.
Elizabeth Lane is? That's Elizabeth Lane.
There she is.
She was a model.
Go subscribe and like her. And Coach Colin, go like and subscribe to him too. And myself, please.
And an actress. She seems to
I'm almost done.
She seems to be very good at that. And she left that to be an independent journalist. So I think she knows what she's talking about. Again, Candace shared this, said it's a must read, and I have to.
And before he gets into that, I like how he ends by saying that, you know, she hit the nail on the head, because she did. And it's regarding with what a lot of people has been feeling pretty much this whole time, but no one could articulate it. And she was able to break it down and articulate it the way everyone has been feeling, I think. It is a brutal analysis, but I mean, what do you think about it?
Agree.
We'll finish
I
it
mean,
off.
and then when I went to the quotes, I didn't even know you could do this on X. I didn't know you could go to the quotes. Who do we got here? This is the mod team. Whitney. What's going on, Whitney? I can't write to you right now. Perfect. Mod team, Whitney Murphy. Best mods in the world, I have to say. Anyway, when you see the quotes, everybody read this. You will find me in agreement. You know, this is absolutely brilliant analysts. I hope everyone reposts this. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so many people.
Like everybody, it's
People
just
like
went
you need to
wild
burn it out.
because that's what everyone has been
Some people
thinking.
aren't going to like it. Is Erika Kirk a heartless psychopath? I mean, holy S, this is spot on. 100%. Charlie wasn't a cynic or skits, so he didn't see it. His downfall was the trust and empathy that ironically what made him relatable. He was not, he was a lot like JFK. Yeah, that's an
She was
interesting
very
take too. Yeah,
relatable.
that's true.
And she's just turned
That's
it all
very
around.
true.
And I kind of
So many people, man, quoting this. This is a long read, but it's a great take on Erika. No one is reading this much. She's right to say it's not an accusation of crime. It just seems like she's really into the position that she's in now. She's really into it. Like, I mean, when Candace showed us that Zoom call and she said, "My husband's dead," not to be morbid. I mean, that
what I
was
said earlier. My
God
husband's
forbid.
dead.
God
Not to be
forbid,
morbid.
man. Like, I didn't
You
even know
should.
my dad that well, and if I start talking about him being dead, it still gets to me. I didn't even know him that well, not extremely well. I loved him. I know he loved me, but I didn't know him extremely well. I didn't know him like I have spent more
Personal
time with
relation.
my kid than he has spent with me. My kid's 2. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But still, it would still get to me, especially so soon after.
Like
I
right
mean,
after.
God forbid, I don't even want to bring up, a similar
Ridiculous.
situation. I just it'd be broken. Look, a picture of I got a picture of my wife right here. She's right here. I mean, I would just be broken thinking about that.
You're awesome, Colin.
Having to say those
Coach
words.
Colin, sorry.
She said it like nothing. And again, what people do is, what Turning Point does is, well, that's strength. Like, that's not strength. Not at that point.
It's odd. It's
Strength
different.
is not being able to
For sure.
speak and you're crying that hard and you're just falling apart and you're able to, maybe walk into the office and say, "Thank you guys for being here. I can't do this."
Yeah, that's
Or
it.
strength
That's
is
what
just
any
you
normal
feeling that
human would
exact
do,
way,
I think.
but pulling yourself together for your children, but not going anywhere and just being with your family. That's strength. It's something completely different when you just walk out and you're acting like you're crying and you're in Zoom calls and you're laughing
Like and subscribe, guys.
and you're saying, "Hey, my husband's dead," like, not to be morbid or anything. Like, even just to say that and not tear up,
Wild.
not like nothing, no reaction. Man, something else. Really.
Okay. So I've been on here over 40 minutes. So yeah. She did hit the nail on the head with that, I think. And I'm glad someone was able to finally get it out there and be able to articulate what we were thinking. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it's a fair psychological observation? Or do you think that she took it too far? And again, this is based entirely on the provided transcript from Elizabeth Lane. The claims regarding Erika Kirk's mental state and motives are the opinions of, as we know, Elizabeth Lane, Coach Colin, myself. And has been presented. And I do want to clarify one last time before we get off here. These are external allegations, not any established facts. Strictly opinions. Opinions, I think, that are pretty common, but opinions nonetheless. But yeah. But do you think it was fair, or do you think it was too brutal? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, share it out, do all the things. And I really appreciate you guys being here. Go subscribe to Coach Colin, Elizabeth Lane. Candace was in here a little bit, reposting. And give me a like and subscribe too. Love you guys. Blah, blah, blah. I'll see you later. Oh.